Sekejap ah. Okay, Salam Sejahtera. Thank you for coming for a Helang unit training, which today we will focus on a few things, basically navigation and instrument flight rules punya flying for ARMA Malaysia. So yeah, I take the small team sekarang. Thank you Helang for coming. The method kita akan go through today is that I will use the map. I will draw a box that says scratch pad. Yep, then anytime I can explain to you some of the things that I will write on the scratch pad for you, so that you can refer to it. So hold on for a while. Let me draw a little scratch pad box. Okay, kalau buka map, you see the scratch pad kat sana. Okay, so what we'll do is I'll write a few things over there for you. So if I say refer to scratch pad, you can refer. Okay, come back out. So I'll just give you a few things first. Today we will do navigation and more advanced navigation rather than map reading and all that. That will be for another session. We will look into mainly navigation using IFR. IFR is instrument flight rules. If you go, we use the terms basically also that real aviators akan guna lah. There is two types, or actually there's more type, but the key type is actually VFR dengan IFR. VFR is visual flight rules. IFR is instrument flight rules. So VFR is quite straightforward. As long as a clear day macam sekarang, ada tak ada cloud, semua tak ada overcast, bright sunny day, you can see things almost like 5 km away. This is a good environment for what we call VFR, the flight rules. Mansoon, thanks for coming. We just started. Okay, do me a favor, Mansoon. Just go to the box, change if you want to fly. Just change to the helmet that you see we are wearing, and use the NVG. Boleh, aku dengar. You hear me? Boleh. So
boleh.
Okay. Welcome Mansoon. Okay, do me a favor. We haven't. We just started basic saja. It's like only like 2 minutes of starting. Do me a favor. Go to that arsenal box. Go into the inventory. Change the helmet to this. The helmets we are wearing and the PNVS 15. So we will use that as base training, because that one is the most simple and most susah one. So we start with susah first. Go ahead.
Okay.
All right. Have any? Yeah, we just started. Just quickly again, I would say that this session we will only look into a few specific things in terms of the flight training that we have. I mean, we're looking at navigation. And the navigation will be more advanced navigation rather than how to read the map and how to use map tools. Basically this one I think Mensu, you should be quite well versed because you are also going through a lot of your own flight school, and you will know what is VFR and IFR lah. So what we'll do is I already explained just now what is VFR, IFR. Today we will mainly focus on IFR because I think VFR is quite straightforward. On a bright sunny day like that, I think 3-4 km visibility, you can just fly mainly using just your visual. But for IFR, I think it would cover mainly in what you call it, situations of like night flight, heavy clouds with overcast. Mainly I think if the overcast is 1000 kaki, there's a huge overcast, IFR already masuk already. Also, for ARMA purposes, or even I think real, I don't know, mention, you can correct me if I'm wrong, high altitude, way above there where you don't have much reference, the IFR also will come in to play. That's where you have to rely on your instruments on your aircraft to make sure that you get the orientation of your aircraft correctly, and for safety and flight, what you call this, safe flying. Now, for things that we're going to use right now is we're going to focus on tools for ARMA. And in the tools, basically what we're going to talk about is the aircraft instruments. This is ARMA 3 only. It's not DCS like a high fidelity when you're flight sim ataupun macam explain. So for ARMA, there's a few things that is actually working. The AHI, which is the artificial what you call that, the heads up indicator, the HSI, which is the horizontal situation indicator, VVI, which is the vertical, no, the what you call velocity vector indicator, VSI is the vertical speed indicator, airspeed and altitude. These are the few things that the ARMA gauges and instruments are working. So when you go to most of the helis of aircraft, aeroplanes included, these are the few things that are actually working. So not that maybe you have not noticed, but if you look at those things actually move and it actually works. The other thing in terms of tools is your map, of course. Your micro dagger is good. Your map marker for ARMA purposes is good. Of course, your control left click mouse to draw lines and circles and everything on your map. Those are things also that will help you. The artificial horizon is also very important. If not for IFR, is one of the most important thing that you have to look at. Artificial horizon is the one that ia ada bulat, dia ada satu macam satu W dengan ada sikit wing on the side, and then there's a blue top, and then there's a black bottom. That one tells you that the blue is face the sky, and then the green, brown, or sometimes black, that's the ground. So that one is actually very important. And what's important is, Eric, you sometimes really need to look at that. That is your primary instrument to look if you don't have HMD mode. HMD mode, yes, you can already see it in your face, but I would for training purposes and also for your practice purposes, I would recommend you don't use your HMD mod and do it with the old-fashioned way, just to proficient yourself into better flying skills lah. Then that one, once you're very good, that one will actually help you just for convenience rather than for training. Okay, so if your own time training, I suggest you don't use that mod. Do it on your own so that you can get a feel of how the movement on the terrain and the. But okay. Important thing I want to talk about the AHI also, the artificial horizon, is that if you open your map, look at the scratch pad. I'm going to draw a few things there so that you can get a feel of what I'm talking about. Stand by. Okay.
Sorry, where's the scratch pad in the map?
If you book out scratch pad, zoom out, you see the red color thing, red cut luar of the map. Can you see it?
There's none.
Alright.
I can see the arrows lah, but not the scratch pad. It's okay, continue.
Oh, you totally zoom out, tak nampak?
Tak nampak.
Okay. How come your screen so kecil? You zoom completely out. Raf, nampak tak?
Nampak.
Salib?
Oh, you mean
nampak.
The map region, there's no terrain.
Yes. Go out.
Okay.
Zoom out. You see the scratch pad, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I will draw a few things. Okay. Mensun nampak?
Nampak.
Okay guys, open look at the scratch pad. I just drew the AHI artificial horizon indicator for you. It's very common. This is your main thing. But the things that I want to talk about, especially in IFR, is for you to understand is sometimes this is important because bila malam, and with the new what you call this, with the new Ace 3 punya night vision realism sudah implemented, which looks a lot more real. That's why when you have overcast low moonlight, sometimes you can just see the terrain as like a little line and all that. Obviously, when you go on low flying, it's dangerous because there will be things that you definitely or more impossible tak nampak, is like lampposts, wires. Those the things are you'll be too late for you to notice before you hit them already. Because in those kind of condition, you should be flying above it. Now, one thing just to highlight on this is that you guys already fly many times, so I don't have to go into details on how to use it. But a few things to keep in mind is that when you fly at night and also very low vis, sometimes you get disorientated because when you look outside and you macam helicopter, you let's say you do 180 degrees pusing already and you are near a hill or a mountain or a large hill, and then you look outside. But when you look outside, you look at the terrain, the mountain, they are macam slope now. That means it's a slope, right? So it's like a 45-degree slope. You think that your aircraft is actually banking because it's a 45 slope. That means when you look out the mirror, the windscreen, your view of a mountain could be like that. Because of this mountain like that, okay, you will adjust to rotate your plane so that the mountain will look like that, because this is visual. But when you do that, you don't realize that your AHI sudah tukar sampai macam ni already. So you think you are level flight because you line up with the mountain, but in reality you are not. So that one is one common mistakes that people sometimes forget, that they look out visually and they do this, but when your aircraft is on a 45 degree and you will hantam the hill next to you or pokok next to you. So very important that this one you must make sure that you glance your AHI. So this one is very important because even at flight, as long as you keep it in the middle and you're not turning, so no matter what it is, your altitude at least will be controlled already. That means so then with speed and the altitude indicator, you start to monitor and glance that one at least. And also for IFR, you should be flying 50 meters and above, because whatever happens, it helps you. Kalau ada apa-apa adjustment, you have time to adjust also. Okay. Tengku is also here. Tengku, woi, balik. Bro,
Ganti.
boleh. Come. Just go to the kat northwest, the Arsenal change to the helmet yang kita pakai, the normal helmet and the NVGs 15. There's only one of them. Change to that one because we will be using the old-fashioned way rather than the pilot helmet. Okay, then come back.
Okay.
So okay, any questions on this? I think it's quite straightforward. That this one, even though we know what it is, sometimes we forget to use it properly. And in the aircraft, some like the Little Bird, the Black Hawks and all that, we can see a digital version of that. But if you sometimes go to some of the older Black Hawks, or you will see a bubble, like almost like a bola style one. That one is the not the digital style, or the backup one is not digital style. So yeah, for the benefit Tengku, we using scratch pad in the map. Kalau you go to the map and zoom completely out, way above,
Completely out. Okay.
to the right side, you see a scratch pad.
Okay, noted.
Okay, so this one I'm just saying that just make sure that you use your AHI correctly. VSR, that's the AHI, artificial horizon. The VSI just gives you navigation in terms of what you call that, where your bearing is and all that, and your heading and all that. So that one is quite straightforward. Like it's almost like a compass, but it's a 2D compass, flat near, and it shows you the whole radials of where you're going. That's your HSI. VVI, that one for ARMA is interesting because it's there for you. So it tells you where your aircraft is moving. So that little macam satu V, and then a circle, that in your helicopter, that when you see that the V could be going diagonally 45%, 45 degrees, mean your plane is moving that side. Sometimes when landing, I used to put that V onto the H and then slightly lift it above the slightly in front of the H. Then you know how to nicely get to your target landing point, because that thing tells you where you should be ending up with. Of course, make sure that your altitude is managed by your throttle lah. Okay, so that is very important, your VVI. VSI, that one is the little needle that goes up and down. In terms of the Apache, that is on the right side, there is a bar that goes up and down. In the A10, there's also one, it's like a needle facing 9 o'clock, which is level flight, and then the other night at the turun, that tells you your vertical speed, how fast you are sinking and how fast you are climbing. Not the vertical, it's not the where you're heading, but it's how fast you are sinking and how fast you are climbing. So for if you are playing standard flight model, not as bad. If it's still a fact, but not as bad as advanced flight model. Advanced flight model, you have to compensate the RPM. If you're sinking too fast and you pull your throttle up, the RPM will start giving you an alarm. Not necessarily you will recover. You akan hantam you will continue to sink, and in fact the sink will be faster if you don't control your RPM. That is called the what you call that, a vertical state. I also lupa that statement already. Vertical vortex state of VVS or something. Yeah, it's called VVS.
Technically, you enter a vortex ring.
Yep. Then the wind will actually push you down instead of lifting you up.
Yep.
So there's a VVS, I believe, vertical vortex state or something. So that one is only for advanced. But I also, again, like I said, when you get time on your own, I suggest you should get some proficient in that, because it really gives you a good experience in flying. And then again, like I said to Eric, Raf, and Salib before, Mansoon and Tengku join, if I were you, if you really like it, and put some investment on a TrackIR and a pedal, and then subsequently in third priority is your pedal and your throttle and joystick. Once you have that, advanced flight is awesome. Okay, those are your aircraft instruments. Now, the other instruments or other tools you usually use, of course, is the map, the micro dagger, the map marker, drawing tools. Now how we fly, how you manage the flight is that if you were to go into the southwest, where we are right now, the FAB, and then the arrow there. So I think a lot of times pre-flight, before we fly, it's important that all pilots already take some time to plan your route already. You don't plan while you're in flight. It's all pre-flight. Before you even start the engine, you start planning already, because sometimes the mod also ada kacau sikit. Sometimes when you turn on the engine, or you are in a auto hover, but when you go into like your micro dagger, the mod sometimes let your aircraft sink without you knowing, because you are in your micro dagger, you are adjusting, then your aircraft actually sink because it's some sort of a bug in certain mods lah. The micro dagger is one of them. So before you even take off, all pre-flights or all briefing and all that should be pre-routed already. In some of the cases, what I do is that if you look where the FAB is, move to your east of the FAB, you will see one airport, ETH, this one, okay, this one. A lot of times, even in for aircraft, plane especially, what we do is that we already have a route to land and to depart and to arrive. So for easy purposes, departure you don't have to worry, but for arrival, your final approach, for ARMA purposes, because there's lack of a lot of other instruments to help you, there's no markers, there's no VORs or whatever it is, you just take one color, choose blue for try to look blue as for pilots, and just draw a straight line all the way out, macam tu. Okay, just draw a straight line all the way out. And then what you do is that when you draw a straight line all the way out in planes, or even in this helo, you just shift and left click on this side here. Okay, if you shift and left click over here, you yourself will have a personal marker. It's like a target. You try that and you put a shift and left click there, you will see a black with white circle with a white center target. You guys can put that there, correct?
Yep.
So when you do that, why it helps is very simple. When you fly, and then when you're looking out into the cockpit, on the left side there, or wherever you put your GPS, right? There's a small box GPS there. Now the small box, what's irritating is that you can't see the whole picture, right? You only see it when it's close to you, and by the time you see it close to you, you may be too high up or too fast or whatever it is. But you know where this marker is. When this marker starts to creep up to your GPS, you know that you are hitting the initial point. Then when you hit there, this one, that marker in your GPS, for Azrin punya mission senang because Azrin turns on, allow you to see the what you call momentarily punya distance and the point where it is in your when you look out into your cockpit. It would, you know, it tells you how far it is and then it will disappear. That one is in a way cheating lah. But when you come to MK punya mission, Kabe punya mission, Nick punya mission, Haris punya mission, they would take that out. That means it's even worse. It's like almost the real story. You can't even see where it is unless you look into your GPS and your map. So the GPS, when you, let's say you are coming, let's say you're coming this side here, and then your GPS starts to see this circle, then you at least have an orientation, and now you have a line to help you get into your final approach.
Your final approach path.
So those are the tricks that you use for approaches, being a plane atau for a, what you call that, hey man. So that one, again, like I said, pick up this trick and start doing that. Okay. Now, even the other thing now is to help you in terms of before you even get to this marker. Okay. Your micro dagger is the one that is going to help you. Micro dagger, if you go into interaction, and then you go into the self interaction, equipment, and then you see configure micro dagger. In the configure micro dagger, actually in your configuration setup, under your escape configuration and all that, look under ACE equipment. Okay, under ACE equipment there is actually item, there's one I think that says item on toggle. Key binds the item toggle so that just one press of it, your micro dagger will show up. You can do that on your own time. Explore the configure under the ACE, under the additional add-ons configuration, and then look for ACE equipment, and then look for equipment toggles. Then you can just press one button. I have it under, I believe, if I can't remember what keybind because I already put it into my mouse. There are a lot of buttons there. One press of my mouse button, my micro dagger will show up. So can you guys all open your micro dagger right now?
Yes.
Okay, the micro dagger can be a besar one where it's interactive, or you can put it to the side. Hey, we hear you. The big one is interactive, and then when you can click it again, I think it goes to the side. It becomes a little small one for reference. Can you guys do that?
Yep.
Boleh kan?
Yep.
Everyone no issue, so it becomes on the side. So now click it to the big one, and then click on that 4 bar macam antenna bar on the far top left.
The
Okay.
signal.
The signal. Click on that. Click on waypoints. Click add add there. Okay. Then it says enter grid. Now you don't have to enter grid first. You go down to the bottom. There are 3 icons at the bottom. Click on the map. Everyone follow me so far?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, you all know how to use this, right? Map. On the map side, once you're in the map, you click the map again. It gives you your contours. You click it again, you actually see the full map with all the colors. So I usually use the one that's just the contours. That's all I need only. And then above in the screen, there's 3 more buttons: the plus, then there's like a target and a minus. Click on the target thing, so it frees it from center, and you scroll your mouse. You can go and you can expand your map already. Okay, follow me so far, everybody?
Yep.
Okay, when you scroll out, okay, let's take LZ night, okay, alternate. Go up to LZ night alternate, scroll in closer, because to be accurate you have to really scroll in closer. Put your cursor onto LZ night alternate and double click it. And when you double click it, you will see a grid that comes onto it, the 6050193, betul? Around there lah. So this is the fast way. You do a fast way there, you get your grid, and then if you press OK, that one will be added into your list of safe waypoints. But if you don't want, you can just highlight it, change the name into, let's say, LZ night, and then you can click OK. It will be safe as that. But for this purpose, just click OK, and you come up to your main menu. The list is there. It says 605.01913 6.32 clicks. All right. So that's one. You can add more and more and more, but I suggest don't add more than 6 or 5 or 6 because it will clutter up. Just add, as I was explaining to Eric just now. You don't have to go and add every single thing. Alpha position, alpha start, alpha end, all that. It will just clutter all this for you, which you don't use. Just keep it to first thing you do every time before you take off is set the HQ, where you're going to come back, where your if even better still, go to where your aircraft is, click exactly where your aircraft, that's your landing pad already. So then you know exactly how to come back to your landing pad itself. So you can continue to click. Now before you click, before you add, right now just use this one first. At the bottom, set waypoint, set WP, click on that. You will come up to a compass, right? Betul tak? All
Yes,
follow?
betul.
You come up with the compass. At the bottom there, you will see the title of that waypoint, which is 6051913. If you put it HQ, you come up HQ. This is important because then you can see an indicator there, which is actually almost north there. You will see a is that a green line? What line is it? What color is that?
It's a red line.
Red line, sorry. That's why I'm not flying, Mansoon. I'm colorblind actually. Yeah, else I'll be flying in real life because this is like my passion, and the thing that bengang is that I can't fly because I'm colorblind. But I do see lines. I'm not blind, and I do see colors. Certain colors I can see. Like this color, I do see a color. It looks almost like kind of greenish to me. Weird.
Oh,
But everything else is I see everything black, orange. I see yellow. I see you guys wearing. But that line looks a bit greenish to me. Very weird. So, anyways. That line is show you where its direction is, and then at the bottom right side above where the map click, it shows 6.32 km. That tells you the distance of where it is. Now put it to the side, become kecil to the side. Okay, so when you put it to the side now, and plus when you get into the aircraft, you open up your GPS. There has a GPS box right on the. You can open your GPS now. You see a GPS map on the you probably leave it on your left bottom left side, right?
yes.
Now with the micro dagger and the GPS put together, these two will supplement each other very well. Now you know where its main direction is and how far. You look at the GPS kecil je, and the GPS you cannot scroll out. So that's why the GPS gives you a headache when you in the middle of when you're flying. You have really no idea where the GPS shows you until you're too close to it. So that's why you use this until you see that you know you're going the right direction. Just follow that thing, keep that red line into this almost a 360 level. Then you know you're going the right direction. As the KM starts to fall to, let's say, 500-600 meters, you will start to see a marker that you place in your map for you already, your own personal marker. When the marker comes, if you add lines to the map, then you can get general direction what to do from there. That's how you do for ARMA's instrument flight rules lah. This is ARMA 3 punya rules lah. Don't use it as for the real punya aircraft. Real aircraft, you have all kinds of stuff. You got your VORs, you got your nav radios and all that. You know what to do with it. It gives you your TACANs or your ILS and all that. But in ARMA tak ada, you guna di. Any questions so far? And also that is also a good thing because when you are on your GPS ready and your micro dagger, if you see your micro dagger showing that you are in the right direction, is coming to one click, this is where you start to slow down your aircraft. Whereas in the GPS without the micro dagger, literally actually you don't really know how far it is. So you might actually overshoot it, or you may be too high. So the micro dagger gives you an idea that you're getting closer and closer in your right direction. Any questions for anybody? Raf, Eric? Eric, this is important for you, Eric, because I think in terms of Eric, you really need to improve this side for yours, for you personally. This part of it really need you to improve. Else, I do notice that you tend to end up somewhere else. Then you struggle to get back to where you are, and with troops with you inside your aircraft, you probably get a lot of grumbling lah, and people will start to say that, oh my God, you know, this and that. But if you know what you're doing, I think you can ask them to shut up. Okay, because you are in charge. You are in charge. Okay, so that, like that day, the mission whereby this mission red heat. This Haris was saying, get him to fly lower, get him to fly lower, get him to fly this, and then I'm conflicting the JTAC, trying to get you guys direction and all that. So I told Kelvin, de-conflict, do not talk to the pilot. So he marah back Haris, so Haris shut up also, because you are carrying the rib below the Chinook. The people who's sitting in there, we have no, especially when it's locked on first person, you guys have no idea, you know, the trees and all that. Actually, with the rib and the helo, you have to be 50 meters. You cannot go below. Nanti hantam the pokok, mereka semua mati already. That's why I say 50 meters. But Haris was saying, go down to 20 meters. Tak boleh lah. So that's why get your situation awareness correct, and then you are in charge. So now, if I were to turn the lights off, meaning really malam, and even without NVGs, you can fly slow with this micro dagger, the GPS, the AHI, your VSI, your HSI, plus your, what you call this, the map. You are literally able to fly in the dark, you know. As also don't forget the speed and the altitude indicators. You don't have to rush it, because the funny thing is that when it's dark, we change our flight pattern. Literally, you shouldn't fly like what you do in daylight. Your joysticks or your movement has to be very, very graceful and smooth. You don't tekan the W. You must tap your W only. If you are a joystick, don't push it in front. Just move it slightly, and then pick up speed slowly, pick up attitude slowly in nighttime operation. Okay. In terms of lights, your aircraft lights, okay, the anti-collision lights, there are two types. The little bird, the RHS, and the, I think the Cup and the MELB's little birds. The anti-collision lights is actually IR. So you can turn it on most of the time if you are in at night and you have close formation or carrying, like, you know, troops and all that. You can turn the anti-collision light, because unless otherwise the enemy also have IR, which now the ACE IR, ACE punya night vision makes it not so easy to see also lah. So it's okay to actually turn on infrared anti-collision. But there are others that is not IR. That one, your discretion. It should be off, but honestly, if you are in close proximity with another aircraft, regardless the enemy, you should turn it on before you crash into each other lah. There's also the landing lights. Landing lights is also a keybind to it. Don't I suggest you put a keybind rather than scroll your mouse, because while you're flying and scrolling your mouse and all that is susah sikit. So if you keybind landing lights to one button, press the button, you can on and off the lights. You can do signaling. You can turn it on with just a flick of a button or push of a button, right, almost like 5 meters off the ground, so that you can see where you're going. Especially sometimes you'll be surprised when you turn on the light, suddenly got pokok right in front of you, and you can see it, and then you can adjust accordingly. So the lights is actually important, but it gives your position away. Though it gives your position away, sometimes at discretion, you are the pilot, it's your call to turn it on or off. On the ground, for let's say monsoon, if you are JTAC, carry IR grenades with you, carry cam lights, and carry flare. Even chopper crew chiefs, or even the chopper gunners, you can also carry flares, hand flares, because when you're about to land, okay, if you are JTAC on the ground, time's up, you can throw an IR grenade. It helps the pilot tremendously to know where the target is and he knows how to come in nicely. But if situation allows it, you can just throw a flare at the bottom. Don't throw lemur flare, because on NVG the lemur flare will glare, and it literally in ARMA is also modeled in, very hard to see the landing. And throw one, and throw the next flare at least maybe about 5 or 10 seconds before the first flare is going to kaput. Because if you throw the one flare and then the flare kaput, sometimes at the last approach on your landing, that is a very significant effect, especially you are on the final approach, the final 2 seconds of approach. Tiba-tiba gelap, huyo. That one also you as a pilot stress. So sometimes it's good to overlap certain flares only at the tail end. Jangan buang dua sekali. It's just a waste of flares as well as it glares too much on the NVGs. In fact, JTAC, you can also ask, let's say, sometimes when I fly on A10, I don't carry FFARs, I don't carry the rockets one. It's useless for me there. I actually carry rocket that has flares, flare rockets. Because the flare rockets or smoke rockets, I use it for targeting. At night, I use it to mark position so that I can make a turn and come back and I can see the flare on the ground. That's my target. That's when I use my guns or whatever. So for A10 above, sometimes you can ask them to help you shoot a flare or into the ground where the landing LZ is. Then the helicopters can come in nicely and see that one. So that one JTAC boleh guna. So if you are crew chief and you have a crew chief or gunner, the last 5 seconds of approach and landing on the helicopter, you can actually use your just switch your grenade and you see the flare. Or I think if also equipment under your self-interact equipment, you got flare. You can drop the from a gunner. You can drop the flare onto the ground while you are coming down. That means in mid-air, you can drop the flare onto the ground, from and then you also help the landing. Any questions so far from that? Okay. As a co-pilot is important also. That's why I said moving on, we will for night missions. It's compulsory for now until we get better solo pilots. We will assign co-pilots with pilots on night missions, because the co-pilot is very important to help pilot adjust in terms of the map markings, drawing the lines on the maps, and also to help looking into the sensor port in FLIR thermals to help guide the pilots where to go, and also good to help the pilots say, okay, you're off course, turn right 050, and we are about 4 clicks away or whatever. At least the pilot gets a very offload the burden and just concentrate on your flying. So then you can tell the pilot when you come to 040, before 040 you can tell him coming to 035 and 040 steady. Then at least the pilot know how to go already. So the co-pilot is important for to assist navigation, to also start marking on the map, and also don't forget co-pilot can help the pilot to make radio calls and take over some of the radio, so that the pilot at night will be less stressful. I was talking about general just now in terms of pre-flights, all your route planning, your HA, LZ, alternate LZs all have to be marked before even you start the engine. HA is your holding area. Arrows, routes, drawing, everything should be done before the flight. You always, sometimes briefing we have been lax lately, but last time I always ask what's the time, what's the weather, or the forecast weather. That means there were times where mission dulu, I remember we didn't realize it was a 3 p.m. flight, 3 p.m. mission, begin mission at 3 p.m. A lot of us didn't bring night vision. We were in mid engagement and it's already pukul 7 and started becoming dark. We were completely useless in the middle of AO because we forgot to bring our NVGs. So it's also to make sure that we ask carefully mission time. Is it subuh? Is it mid-afternoon, or is it around 5 o'clock? Because sometimes 5 o'clock you're not sure, then tiba-tiba sudah gelap, we're not sure. Whether we should ask mission makers and all that, what is the planned weather? Is there any intel on the weather? Because now, last time not so much, now with the NVG is ACE punya NVG, kalau cloudy you are screwed also, and there's no moonlight, your NVGs is almost rendered useless, almost as dark as shit, and you can see it will be better than without it, but you can see like little contours and little you know, the skylining of a hill, and you only see it maybe about 300 to 200 to 300 meters ahead only. Your visibility is limited to maybe 500 meters only. That's important. Make sure that you pre-key in all your micro daggers in your waypoints and all that. Pre-key in before your flight already. And again, tip is don't key in every single thing sampai you got a 15 waypoint in there. Just confuses you when you are mid-flight to switch between waypoint because you got to scroll and then you got to look at it. And the micro dagger waypoint, funny, when you reach the bottom, you cannot scroll. You got to click at the bottom waypoint and then only you can scroll the page up one. So you got to too many clicks already. There's too much procedure involved to, and by right when you're mid-flight, you're just supposed to glance and get out of your instruments. Radios, of course, the radio frequency and all that. Pre-key in the radio frequency. Use your AirNet as your primary as pilots, and then your platoon net as your secondary or alternate channels. But don't stop there. Channel 3, channel 4, channel 5, channel 6 and all that, you can already start pre-keying in squad channels already. Not that you're going to use it, but in case you need direct communication because the JTAG down or the person, the SL is down, you can actually just a simple switch, click channel 3, you can get to him already, rather than in mid-flight only you start checking what his frequency, clear the frequency, key the frequency. What I do is usually I already key in the squad frequencies on channel 3, channel 4, 5, 6 as pre-planned already keyed. So with a touch of a button channel, I can masuk there also. Okay. Yeah, if JTAG and SL mati, sometimes you have to talk to the grunt himself just to get a direct position on him. Just calm him down, say what's your position, because the SL and JTAG sudah mati. At least someone can tell you I am going to pop smoke, or you can tell him pop smoke, but you can only contact him because he's short range and he's only dialed to squad radios. So that's why the radio frequency is important. Okay, few more things I just want to highlight. Tone in terms of flight, tone down your maneuvers in mid-flight. That means be gentle on your your joysticks and throttle and your rudders. And surprisingly and quite impressively also, that in ACE3 the NVG and the pupil adjustment actually works, you know. Meaning, if you're on NVG and then you turn off your NVG, you suddenly see everything black, you know. It's like you know, suddenly it's all dark, right? But you give it a few seconds, the thing starts to get brighter by itself. It actually models pupil adjustment to light, you know, in ACE. This is something that I said, wow, little details like that also not bad, man. So sometimes when you take off your NVG, give it a few seconds, you start to see things better again, man. Just like if you see things better and you put your NVGs on, suddenly everything become like white, and then you give it a few seconds, it will start to adjust again, man. So it's modeled in ACE. So that one also is interesting. You have to make sure that you understand the NVG adaptation and your pupil adjustment also. Okay. Again, night flight, altitude, hard deck restriction. Try to, once you have your takeoff, keep it above 50 meters unless necessary. If you're going below 50, it's only about your final approach for landing, or really if you really need to go into a very, very clandestine insertion, you can go down, but you have to have a lot of practice and you cannot go fast. Okay. Landing, like I said, get cam lights, vehicle lights, all that to help you, and of course co-pilot. Okay, that's the key part of the theory and the lecture part. Any questions before I go into some map adjustments and then we go into the flight already? Any questions? Tengku, Salib, Salib.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Eric,
Okay.
Raf, okay.
Okay.
Okay, M is okay. Mansun, you were actually in real life expert here. Did I capture as close possible in real life, or did I miss out a lot? I mean,
Yep,
for
you
ARMA
capture
purposes lah. I mean, obviously, in real life there's a whole bunch of other things lah. But in ARMA
It's-
purposes, did I say something wrong? Did I misinterpret the acronyms ke apa? Anything to correct?
I think that's one of it. I think you say it's a VHI something. It's like a directional indicator. You say?
What is that? Is a VVI actually, a velocity.
Vertical velocity.
No, it's not vertical. That's
Okay,
That's
that's two.
VSI. That's vertical
Oh, okay.
speed indicator. But the
Yeah.
is vertical.
The other one is Delta Hotel India, which is directional heading indicator.
direction, that's the HSI, right? I call it HI, horizontal situation indicator, or horizontal. Yeah, most people call it HSI. Is it the same thing?
Yeah, I think it's the same thing. Like just telling you the bearings on your compass.
Which is
your aircraft.
which is actually a 2D straight up version, right? Not the one that
Yeah.
spins on the, not the one that has a compass on your cockpit itself that just tells you east, then it spins left and right one. Not that one, right?
Actually,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
one gadget is
Not that one, but the
it,
Okay.
is basically it's a compass, but it's actually more.
yeah. Basically, it's a
So, but
compass.
for
It
our
is a
purpose,
compass.
let's leave it as a compass.
Yeah, that is just a simple compass. But what was it again? The V what?
Velocity vector, velocity vector indicator.
Velocity vector. Yeah, that one.
The other name for it is the FPV, flight path vector.
Correct. Flight path FPV. That one also can. VVI or FPV. That's the little, like a little plane, like a little circle with a small tail and two small wings on the side. It tells you where your aircraft is going. That is very, very, very helpful. It's even more helpful if you have TrackIR, because if you're facing straight in ARMA, it doesn't move. The VVI or the FPV is on the almost at your 3 o'clock, or even to your 2, between your 2 and 3 o'clock. And if it's facing front, you can't see it. But interesting, if you have your TrackIR, you turn your head where it is. That's where your plane is, your helicopter is moving, and you can continue that flight path with your helicopter facing somewhere else. That's why the TrackIR is awesome, I tell you. That means your helicopter can fly like diagonal when you. Makes you look damn cool if you from the people on the ground.
Actually, in real flight, so you have to do that. You cannot be focusing.
Of course,
front.
yes. For helicopter, by right, that's how you land, because if it's not a little bird, you can't see where you're going to land. The Apache is a good. The Apache is the worst one, because everything is armor below you, and you need to really land sideways one. Okay. Okay. If nothing, I'll go up to your map. Open up your map again. Let me just clear a few things.
Oh, get there in the map.
Okay, go to the map now. If you go to where the arrows, the blue arrows on the southwest side. Why I drew that is like that's on purpose. But if you can just draw a straight line, or all the way follow the road and all that by pressing Control and your right mouse. But then sometimes use tricks like this. You see the arrow I draw, then I stop here. Why I stop here is because here you have natural terrain already, or there's a big ass highway here that you can follow as a terrain. But if you want, you can obviously you can just draw it lah. But I'm just doing it on purpose here, just to show you that once you reach here, you have a visual reference you can follow. But if in night time, you should draw all the way lah. Now again, like I said, good thing is that, let's say, put a shift and left click on this area here. Okay, shift left click here, you put your own marker there. I have put my marker there, and then go to your, what you call that, you can just put a dot there, let's say something like here, and say waypoint 1. Say I put there as waypoint 1, right? A little block here, I say waypoint 1. Then go to your micro dagger, open, add waypoints, add the waypoint, go to the map, just move to it, zoom out from your screen, move to waypoint 1, zoom into waypoint 1, use your cursor, double click on it, and then you will probably see 5953139, okay to it, then set that as waypoint. Okay, now everyone done that? Okay, kalau
Dah.
do that, so you know your direction where. What you're gonna do is later you take the aircraft, fly, follow the micro dagger in that direction, and then your GPS you just follow this line here, and then once you reach waypoint there, you pretty much know what you're doing already. Now, then after that you can just continue and put your own markers wherever you want. Come to this point, and then importantly is that before you fly off also, put in a waypoint on the SBS insertion extraction area, so that you know that once you reach a certain waypoint you can switch it there, or if you want to put that as an indicator from start, it's up to you. So you know your distance before reaching your SBS insertion. If the distance is coming to 1 click, that's when you start to slow down and flare already and come down to the right attitude. So let's all just also go to micro dagger, put the SBS insertion as one of the waypoints. I'm gonna add, put right smack into the marker there, and then change the word to just say SBS only. The other thing also is no point keying too much things, no point, because you know what it is. Make it as short as possible, as fast as possible. SBS you know is insertion already. Don't key in SBS insertion / extraction, no point. Then let's choose the SBS as the selected waypoint. Okay. Now in your own orientation, when you come out from the map, you know where it is. For me, it's on my 1 o'clock. So everybody face it. Face where you think the SBS is.
Bearing
Semua
011.
face SBS punya direction. Eric, face your SBS.
Do my project.
Yeah. Raf, you tak mana kan? Okay. Oh, you steady. You punya kepala saja, bukan badan. Cik. Okay, Eric, you know? Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, all face there. So we all fly. Before we take off, you get into your aircraft, you know it's there already. When you know it's there, your mind knows it's there. You are a little more prepared. You are more calm. You are less edgy. So when you take off, you know where to turn to follow the arrow. Your orientation is already settled. Then you know which way you're supposed to go. Okay. Okay. Now, any questions before we go straight into practical already? And we want to try out to see whether we can insert the boats lah. Go straight to practical already. The theory part end. Any questions? No?
No.
Okay,
So
no.
far, no.
Now, the other question I'm asking you, you want to do first time in the daylight, or you want to go straight into malam with your NVGs already?
Malam.
Straight malam, ah? Okay,
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to change to
Yeah.
malam. I'll put it ayo, apa jadi? Jangan.
Penyelat
Rombol. Question for this training exercise, are we using the simple flight mode or the advanced?
Up to you. I'm using advanced, but you can use standard. It's up to you.
Okay, I better use standard because tak
I
biasa.
use that, yeah. Salib teach me advance. Aku dah macam ke laut lah.
Advancement soon.
Aku tak nak lagi. Aku tengah masih take off je crash.
I should try advance.
Tak biasa dengan throttle control lagi in game.
Kita lepak kat sini selama 3 hari.
Okay, good luck. So what we're gonna do now is I will pair you one with as co-pilot, one as pilot, and then let's not forget co-pilot procedure. Bila masuk as co-pilot, pilot please release control in case apa. Always as a SOP. Release the control so that the co-pilot can take over control if anything happens. Always do that before you take off.
Oh,
Okay. Sekejap. Okay. So guys choose a partner lah. Siapa mau?
Salib.
Aku newbie, so aku perlukan seorang pilot yang experience.
Tengku. Salib and Tengku is like made for each other. Radio frequency, long range, let's put our usual frequency, which is 40. Okay, another thing is this. Every time I always have my 40 and 30 on the long range. Short range, I got two. I have two. How you say? Dual frequency also on short range. If I have a co-pilot, my short range will be 100 with my co-pilot, right? But I also have another one that's predetermined. Next time we should do it. Is let's say 100 is co-pilot, but 105 or 110, whichever we want to set, all of the pilot should set another alternate channel in short range as let's say 105. Why? Is because if you are in formation, you are close enough for short range. Okay, so it's like aircraft to aircraft intercom, and if you are close formation, without needing to kacau the platoon net or the air net. So you can literally talk to the next aircraft, say I'm coming, I'm going to pass you, I'm going to, I'm flaring and stuff like that.
Flight frequency.
Yes, it's called the flight frequency. Your intercom between you and your co-pilot, you can set 100. But the 105 or 103, whatever it is, it's your flight frequency without kacau air net. That is what we should do. We didn't do that because nobody really use it, but we should start from now as Helangs. Copy. So in this case, let's open your short range also. Choose your own short range intercom. So I don't know, choose 101, 102, 103 between you and your co-pilot. Don't clash.
Rough right check 103.
Salib, apa tadi Salib? 30 call?
Sekejap.
Short range.
102.
102, 102.
102, okay.
102.
Janganlah.
Roger that.
Dia.
Flight we reserve 105 lah. Cukup tak? 105 boleh lah. Flight you use it as your alternate channels.
Okay.
So what channel you guys okay?
Say again.
Channel you guys
Okay, you guys know okay, who's partnering who first? Tengku partner siapa? Salib, Raf and Mansoon, is it?
Yep.
And Eric and Am lah.
Raj.
Okay, you guys get your personal one, your own personal in-vehicle intercoms.
Sudah.
Dah
Yeah.
set. 105 is the flight tak ada clash kan?
05 is the what?
105 is flight radio, flight channel. That means
That one we put on the short radio.
short range as your alternate channel.
Roger that.
Short range alternate.
105.
105. So then 105 is between let's say Imagine and Eric is 1, Mansoon and Raf is 2, Salib and Tengku is 3. So between 1, 2, 3 in formation flight, you use 105 to talk to each other in terms of vehicle.
Roger that.
Copy that.
Manson radio check 105.
105 radio check 5 Charlie.
Eric 120.
Copy 120.
Flight channel 105.
Flight channel 105 5 Charlie.
And
Salib.
10.
Salib and Tengku radio check.
Radio check 105, Salib.
Radio check 105.
Both 5 Charlie. Okay. Plan is this. Airnet still no. And Airnet is 40. 30 always platoon, right?
Gadget question.
Yo.
Okay. For Helang to take off and landing, do you request permission like normal ATC?
Yes. Request permission is always to spool up and for takeoff. But of course, we don't go all the way sampai bagi check in, fuel status, semua tak payah lah. But spool up and take off, yes, ask for permission.
Landing?
Siapa? Landing?
Yes.
Yes, landing we should ask. We are coming in for final or landing. If let's say kalau you
Uh,
kalau you sendiri and
sorry. For landing, do it like an uncontrolled airport.
Do it like what?
Landing,
Sorry, tak dengar.
you do it seperti
un,
kan monsoon.
Yes.
yeah,
Okay, monsoon. You know procedure for uncontrolled airport.
Tahu? Uncontrolled.
tak ada
Meaning
ATC lah.
no tower.
Uncontrolled maksudnya unmanned lah.
The airport has no tower.
Kalau itu tahu procedure, you make one circuit, make sure everything is clear, then you approach as per normal lah.
Ada lagi satu, kau lupa.
You punya ada aircraft, you punya wingman.
Okay, uncontrolled airport biasa dia ada radio frequency juga kan. So just announce your intention dulu on that frequency.
Oh, okay, copy.
So this goes for everyone lah. Kalau if let's say for landing, just say go on the general airnet, just say call sign
Rough
and
tabik,
you land which pad.
tabik suara.
Roger that.
Continue.
Okay, so yes, just intention. But one thing I need to also highlight is try to keep radio chatter to very minimal because again, like I said, for air frequencies, you can go all the way to shorten things and don't have to report every single thing you do, which Eric you do very often. You don't have to say it. Once you spool up engine takeoff, you don't have to go and announce like one click, 700 meters, 600 meters, 400 meters, all the way to 100 meters, 50 meters. If you continue to give, all you need to do is just maybe twice you give coming in and good enough. Don't have to report your every single move. Okay, so keep the airnet clear, and sometimes what you need to do is that if you know the situation and awareness ready, you can even cut down the call signs to reach it to number only, like 2 this is 1, 3 take off first, 1 hold, 2 will be taking after 1, something like using 1, 2, 3 cukup, rather than, I mean this is among us lah, but if you want to call platoon, then you use your call signs. Razor 1, Razor 2, Razor 3 is ready for spool up. But when you are talking among aircraft, keep it to 1 to 3. Cukup. Okay, now what you do is this. Mansoon and Tengku, you go into 1 Chinook. Salib and sorry, Tengku and Salib 1 Chinook. Raf and Mansoon 1 Chinook. Eric and M, what you do is that there's only 2 Chinooks, right? MK, I believe.
Tiga.
Ada 3. Okay, set. Then go for all 3. Okay. Choose who wants to fly as pilot, who's co-pilot first, among yourself. And then, okay. I would say, I would say, let me assign 1 to 3 first. Tengku, Salib 1, Mansoon, Raf 2, and
That wasn't supposed to happen.
so 1. And Eric and M is 3. Cool.
Yes, sir.
Go choose your aircraft. Set in. I'll be ATC.
Copy that.
ATC call sign apa ke je?
Malaysia bukan level 2. Oh,
Call crossroad lah.
Crossroad. Okay, copy.
I recommend you jump in the link so you can follow the choppers.
Cool also. Wait. Let me see. Yeah, I should just.
The Chinook can outrun the plane.
Yeah.
mana satu kapal tolong helikopter kita?
Okay. Go. 1, 2, 3. Go there. Sort out among yourself which is your aircraft, and then sort out among yourself also. I will follow in one of the. call signs. This is Crossroad. Let me know once you do your pre-flight checks. Set up all your map as briefed earlier. The task is to pick up RHB and to insert it at the SAB insert.
Two copy. Crossroad.
Okay, no spooling without permission.
Eric, kill the engines.
Crossroad 2.
2, this is Crossroad set.
Crossroad request startup to SBS location for insertion. Ready for startup.
2, standby. 3, can you shut down? Okay, Eric, did you start the engine when you go into your micro dagger or what? Come in, Eric, copy. Eric, you copy? Can you hail Eric?
Stand by.
Okay, interrogative. For 2 and 3, 1 and 2. When you guys masuk cockpit and then you masuk micro dagger, engine ada start tak?
This is 2 negative.
You adjust your long range in vehicle radio and try and see whether you want to check whether it's a bug or not.
Ini satu negatif, tak ada.
Yeah, Eric, come in.
Yeah, actually I just turned on my radios and then it started spooling. Then when I keyed in, it suddenly went up.
Interesting. It happens to me also because I got my throttles and all that, that's why. But the rest are not experiencing because I think it's something with your controllers.
Yeah, I know. It's something to do with the joystick.
Ah, you got joystick, right? The rest no have joystick, kan?
Iya.
Emma, you copy? Sorry.
Yeah, copy.
MK, you copy?
MK is walking through now.
Okay, because it happens to me also. Okay, everybody. Just while Eric is sorting it out, you notice that when you turn on your NVG and your GPS is on also right now, right? You notice that the GPS is gelap also, right? Is that for everybody or is it just me?
Ya, gelap.
Yes, tengku gelap.
This is the new Ace punya style. So it's a bit gelap. Now, your micro dagger is bright, right? Micro dagger tu cerah lah. You can see.
Yep.
Okay. You have your NVG senang dah end saja kan? So you see you turn off your NVG and turn it back on. You will see, or you turn it off the NVG, you nampak dia cerah. But when you turn it on, you can see how the pupils, like I mentioned just now, will adjust to it because the GPS will become dark and slightly become bright.
Yes.
Then slowly it becomes bright. That's your pupil adjusting to it. It's realism, but I think even on NVG the GPS is a little too dark.
Gadget, one option to do is to zoom in.
You are right. The thing it cuts off the peripherals.
Gadget Mansud.
Go ahead, Mansud.
You said just now when we are zoom out, your micro dagger bright or dark?
My micro dagger, I'm on the compass right now. The compass dials is bright.
Okay, only the compass dial is bright lah. Other than that, it's all dark.
Yeah, well, that helps. Okay, tell you what. Eric, are you ready or are you still setting something up?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, let's take. Okay, mission is to set your your micro dagger to waypoint 1 first. That will be your holding point for regroup before we take it out to the SBS insertion. I'll copy.
1 copy that.
3 copy.
2 copies.
Okay, as Helang, let's try to keep it to 1, 2, 3. Wait for your turn. Then in future, if you are 3, wait to 2, and if you're 2, wait for 1. If you are together, unless you are far apart and all that, then doesn't matter. But in a group startup and a group request and group acknowledgement, follow 1, 2, 3. Copy.
1 copy.
2 copy.
3 copy.
Very good. Okay, all call signs. You are permission to spool up at this time.
1 copy. NG.
Close to starting up.
Alright, all call signs, we do it by the number. 1 will start to lift off on my command, move to one of your ribs, pick it up, and immediately proceed towards follow the waypoint 1 following the arrow. I'll copy 1. All call signs copy.
Copy.
2 copies.
1, you dengar tak?
Repeat last crossroad.
Okay, 1. We go by numbers. 1 was pick up, will lift off first, and my command, pick up your rib, and then proceed direct to waypoint 1, hold for the rest. We go by numbers 2 and 3 on my command. I'll copy.
Solid copy, crossroad. 1 copy.
All call signs, turn on collision lights. You are allowed to open your landing lights while pick up. Once your Oscar mic to waypoint 1, turn off your headlights and keep at hard deck ceiling at 50 meters. Jangan turun 50 meters after you pick up. And keep your speed to 30. I'll copy.
Solid copy.
3 copy.
1 1, you are cleared for liftoff and pick up your rib.
Solid copy.
One, check your frequencies. You're calling in on flight frequencies.
Remember, slow and steady, okay? Tak payah rush. That's a good hook.
Copy that, Ghost Road.
Lift slowly. That's a good lift. Naik sampai 50. Rotate until you face the arrow. Ikut arrow, your heading should be 300 around there. 2, you are cleared for takeoff to pick up your... How copy 2, this is crossroad, you are cleared for takeoff to pick up your rib. Two, come in, this is crossroad.
2, send.
2, you are cleared for takeoff, pick up rib and proceed immediately to waypoint 1.
Copy.
Three, this is crossroad, you are clear for takeoff, hover and rotate facing your rib, stand by on my go to pick up.
Okay, 3 copy.
Slow, cool, keep calm. Your rib is on the right. You ada sling load assistant on tak? I think tekan B ni. No rush. Rib is on your right at your 3 o'clock. Almost got it. Co-pilot boleh tolong. Steady. One. Okay, start hovering. You are above it. Start to keep to the right. Keep to the right. You're swing left. Okay, changing to flight channel. You are steady, slightly to right. Okay, start hovering right now. Steady the plane hover. You are good. Okay, you are above it. So, okay, try to lower a little bit. Drop your rope right now. That's good. You are hooked up. Okay, increase throttle slowly. Slowly. You are good. Go up, continue, slow. Good hook, good hook. Continue to raise to 50.
Raise altitude 502.
That's a good hook. Rotate left to bearing 300.
Turning to bearing 300.
Proceed to waypoint 1 at this time. Hold at waypoint 1.
Proceed holding point 1 and hold 2 out.
Okay, 3, you are cleared for your pickup.
Okay, 3 copy.
Make sure your speed is 30, don't go above 30 speed.
2 maintaining 30 kilometers per hour.
1, what's your sit rep? Sampai already WP, waypoint 1? Okay, steady Eric, it's about your 3 o'clock right now. Slow and steady moving towards 3, you are 20 right, 20 right. Right, not left. 20 right.
Hold up.
Okay, you're coming up to it. You are slightly to front, slightly go behind. You are very good. Oh. Slightly behind. Okay, you should lower. Lower the helo. Almost there. Good hookup. Lift, slowly lift. That's a
Okay,
go. Oh, too fast. Slow down. Relax. Okay, go up to 50. Once you're 50, turn left heading 300 and then proceed to the waypoint 1. Go ahead.
Okay, okay.
Keep speed at 30.
Crossroad 2, arrive at waypoint 1 and holding.
2, good job. 1, what's your status?
1 masih menunggu di waypoint 1.
Okay, 3 is coming up. Remember Eric, keep eyes on your head. The attitude indicators.
Okay.
Looking good so far. You got visual on the anti-collision lights?
Yes, I have visual on 1 and 2 right now.
Cross Road 2, I have visuals on number 1 and number 3.
Good copy, 2.
Crossroads, I have visual on 1 and 2 right now.
That's good. 3, once you're in position, let me know. Hovering position.
3 is in hovering position.
That's good. Move to your micro dagger, change to insert point at this time. Whoa, it sinks, man. Okay, everybody is on the waypoint of SBS. Should be bearing 250 if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
1 status, you're okay in your waypoint already? Waypoint setting?
1 sudah okay and ready to go SBS insertion.
2?
2 set on FPS.
3 ready?
3 ready to go to SBS insertion.
Or cosines, proceed. 1 take it out. We will follow in trail positions.
Solid copy, 1 moving down.
2.2 clicks. Approximately 0.25 for bearing. So you can see dia punya jalan raya kat bawah kan. Try to keep visual on the highway and follow the highway. You can actually start moving.
Crossroad 2, moving behind number 1.
Solid copy 2. That's good and steady. 3, what's your Sidra?
3, I have eyes on 1 and I have eyes on 2. 2 is to my left.
Roger that.
Solid copy, MK. Crossroad, this is one. Kita orang dah sampai dekat SBS insertion.
Stand by, Eric. You're a little low.
I'm at 5-0 right now. I think I have eyes on one.
Okay. Be careful. I think I just saw you pass by. It seems low. One. This is Crossroad. Proceed to drop rip onto the drop-off point.
Solid copy, Crossroad.
Whoa. Is that Eric? Or is it Mansoon?
Mansoon. We are approaching SPS in seconds arrive.
Roger that. 2-1, move forward slightly and hold 100 meters in front of drop-off point. I'll copy.
Copy, Crossroad.
2-1-2 in SBS point. Proceed to drop-off.
2 copies arrive at SPS point.
Roger that. Proceed your drop.
Proceed drop 2.
Co-pilot boleh masuk kamera tengok bawah tak?
I never did find out how to configure the belly camera.
It's the same button that you use for when you're A10 or that you look into, or your F18 when you look into your your cameras that targets.
Good one. I don't fly those things, man.
In the configure buttons out of the configuration, I think you look for alternate camera or something like that.
Crossroad, this is 2. Rib has been dropped to SPS position.
Roger that. 2, move forward slightly, 50 meters, and wait for 3.
Move forward 50 meters to out.
Proceed. You are clear for your drop now.
Okay. 3 copies.
To recommend you move forward about 100 meters.
This is 2 copy, moving forward 100 meters. One, this is 2, moving to your left hand side.
Copy that. 2. Proceed.
Okay, boat is released at this time.
3, there's a good drop. Careful, there will be a bridge on your 2 o'clock.
Okay, copy.
All call signs, good drop, successful. 1, 2, 3. Wait for 3 for into position first. 3 starts to hover right now. 1, 2, 3. Need you to go back to waypoint 1 at this time. Hold at waypoint 1. I'll copy.
Three copies.
2 copy.
One, take it out to waypoint 1. 2, follow behind. Continue speed at, let's make it about 4, 5. Speed 045.
2, putting behind number 1, speed 45.
3, prepare your rotate and follow 2.
Copy.
Let me know once you are in position.
Copy. 3 is trailing 1 and 2.
Cross, this is 2, arrive at waypoint 1.
Good job, 2. 3, let me know your position once you're there.
Copy. 3 is at waypoint 1 at this time.
All call signs, proceed back RTB at this time. All call signs, hard copy, RTB.
2 copies, RTB.
3 copies RTB.
One, this is Crossroads, copy, RTB.
Crossroad to arrive at base, proceeding to land.
To this Crossroad, you are clear for landing first.
Clear to land, 2 out.
1, you copy.
Copy, Crossroad. This is 1. Send message.
1, you are number 2 to land.
Solid copy, Crossroad.
All call signs, you may turn on headlights. Three, you okay?
3 is okay. 3 is watching 1 and 2 at this time.
Roger that. Once 2 land, you are clear for number 3.
Copy.
Crossroad 2 has landed at helipad 2, proceeding to shutdown.
Good copy, 2, good job. 3, you are number 3 now to land.
Okay, copy.
3, you can shut down.
Crossroads 3 is still in the air.
Oh, got confused, sorry. Good landing. Okay,
3 is on the deck.
Okay, 3, pull down all call signs. Just reconvene back at briefing area.
I'm lost.
Wasn't easy, man.
Sangat susah.
That's why must be slow and steady lah. The links lagi teruk. Links dia punya
lost dengan night vision.
Dia susah ni, that's why.
Sangat susah.
Because this one overcast lah. Dia overcast, dia tak ada moon.
Payah.
Something to note. What do you call it? Anti-collision lights do not put out enough light, or is not modeled well enough that it appears on NVGs beyond say 400 meters.
Betul.
It means from far you still can see lah.
From far you cannot see the anti-collision on NVGs, but on what do you call it? Normal eyeballs you can see it.
Oh really? Seriously? So if you're not NVG, you can see it like way off.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Anyways, how was the experience? Who was okay? Just now was Salib piloting, right?
Salib pergi.
And then Mansoon and tadi it was Ralph. No, Mansoon was piloting, or Ralph was piloting?
I was the co-pilot.
Oh, okay. Ralph is the one pilot. So Mansoon, you was taking the radios lah.
Yes.
Okay lah, good job. That's why you can relieve the. So apa macam? Shock ah.
Berapa dia kepala?
But at least this one was a success compared to the actual op.
Yeah, actual op. I think the actual op because of too high speed.
So now you all get a feel lah. By right, we should be practicing more. Actual op, I think yes, I think Salim also you naik pun yo tarik je macam tu. But good job lah. I think okay. Now let me ask you. You guys want to swap places or how?
Before that, aku ada comment sikit.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all,
Kejap, MK.
Yeah.
Yang masa naik tu memang tak boleh agak dia punya ni.
Ya, okay. Sebelum ni,
Pelan MK.
Siapa pakai keyboard ARMA?
Mansoon.
Lagi? Kuat tu. Aku yelling.
Lahan.
Oh, mungkin sebab helmet kot.
Bukan helmet.
Orang pakai helmet tu. Bukan.
Pakai helmet, pakai earplug memang best lah.
Aku nak pakai yelling lah.
Oh, either that or guna radio 105.
Okay, korang pakai apa ni? Tadi siapa pakai keyboard ARMA? Tengku lagi.
Mansoon
lagi. Okay, so lain semua pakai joystick. Okay. Siapa? Okay, yang dia punya naik turun, dia punya kolektif, korang pakai apa?
Macam Raf pakai mouse.
Aku punya kolektif yang kau punya naik turun tu.
If you can Z.
Aku mau kat
Tengku shift Z.
Shift Z. Sadik?
Campur
macam mana tu?
Joystick, keyboard, campur lagi ni.
Kau punya naik turun.
Berapa banyak buta?
Kau punya naik turun kau pakai apa?
Joystick.
Tak, yang kau punya kolektif naik macam throttle tu, kau pakai apa?
Aku set yang joystick ni.
Joystick punya. Maksud cuba. Okey.
Yang macam apa gear ni.
Saya pakai joystick button.
Okey. Korang tadi walaupun apa dah walaupun dah ni, tapi aku tengok still korang punya control input still jerky. Still boleh kata kasar lah kau yang control input. Korang kena, kalau yang pakai keyboard, kau jangan tekan and hold dengan lepas lah. Kau kena tap. Oh, kau main tekan, dia punya input tu besar. Bila input besar itu yang kau tiba-tiba macam naik apa, muncung naik tinggi gila tu. Kau kena tap. Eloknya kalau untuk smooth movement pakai mouse, untuk pakai keyboard mouse lah. Yang pakai joystick kena gentle lagi buat benda tu. Kena kau tak boleh jangan lawan heli tu. Kau kena anticipate heli tu nak buat apa. Kau kena buat control input tu sebelum heli tu buat. Itu beza pilot heli dengan pilot fixed wing. Heli kau kena all the time. Kau kena fikir 2-3 step ahead. Korang punya control input kena smoothkan lagi. Jangan ni. Itulah aku tengok banyak jerky tadi. Especially masa nak berhenti daripada apa, nak masuk hover, nak berhenti. Banyak lagi aku tengok yang ni, yang apa, jerky. Itu okey, untuk masa korang punya practice training ni dia okey sebab tak ada passenger dalam boat. So dia desing. Bila kau multiplayer nanti, kalau ada passenger dalam boat, dia akan desing. So, kalau kau punya control input jerky, lagilah teruk desing dia. So kau tahu. Move slow and steady. Jangan ni jangan ganas sangat. Kena sabar. Tu je.
Okay, the links flies terrible. Okay, no, Burat, it's they don't have again, it doesn't have ASUS 2 AFM, so with my movement it's like jerky, and then the links malam out of NVG, the instruments don't light up, so it's pitch black inside.
Yep.
So it doesn't help also.
It's just as bad anyway.
So I think the problem with new ACE, is that if you don't zoom in, the overlay GPS is darkened by the peripherals, on the NVGs. So that one is also not helping much lah. That's why the micro dagger is important lah. Bagus. But to me I think good job, slow and steady. Kalau boleh practice more. Now you guys want to switch positions? That means Tengku, you want to fly? Okay.
Gadget, two comments. One was I think when you're flaring for to drop the boat, the flare was a bit too ganas. You're hitting, I think, something like 30 degrees, 45 degrees still. With the sling load, that one is the passengers will
tadi
scream
tu apa, auto hover dia jadi tak boleh tadi.
Never use this is the thing. Auto hover, do not ever use auto hover untuk apa ni, slow down.
To break down, you will just
dia akan
jerk.
Untuk landing jangan pakai auto hover. Auto hover hanya akan pakai untuk satu, bila apa ni, kau dah
untuk
stable hover, baru engage auto hover. Dan macam stable operation, dah stable hover, okay, baru engage auto hover. Sama juga dengan rappelling. Bila rappelling kau dah establish hover, baru on auto hover untuk ni maintain position. Tak pun kalau macam kau hover lama-lama tangan penat kan, baru on auto hover. Bukannya pakai untuk landing apa semua tu. Jangan pakai.
Okay, one more thing. Eric, just now when the flight was returning from the SBS inserts to waypoint 1, they pass by in your left hand.
Yep.
Okay, but your rotation was to the right to follow them. Because of that, you lost eyeballs on them. So, recommendation in that sort of situation, you may want to rotate left, so you can eyeball the trailing helicopter, then fall into trail.
Okay.
That's it lah.
Okay, wait Kabe is watching our stream, I think.
Hi
Oh,
Kabe.
Gadget, boleh bagi kendaraan untuk bagi a bit a tip tak?
Untuk apa?
Okay, for IFR, you guys notice macam tadi saya pasang rough
Go
lah.
ahead.
Dia dah start pening sebab dia mostly nak bawah. He mostly to look outside in IFR. So actually that is bad way to be flying in IFR.
Yeah, betul.
So for example, like in the cheat note just now, for pilots, what you have to do is you have to focus on the direction indicator and also the artificial
horizon.
The artificial indicator. Yeah, you just need to focus on those two only in flying lah. Technically, you don't need to look outside.
Tak payah, because outside will give you more confusion. Actually, you're right.
Yes.
Like I said just now, for Tengku who came in late and who else I think, I remember the rest who came in late, I was explaining that if you look outside in such visibility condition, sometimes when you look into the open and you are at where the hill slope is, and you think the hill slope is the horizon, but it's the hill. It's not the horizon. Or the hill is like a 45-degree incline, but you thought that was the horizon, so you adjust that incline to be horizontal with you, but that makes your aircraft tilt 45 isn't it? But then when the thing tilts, you think you are straight. That's why when you look outside, it confuses you more sometimes, unless you very clear, you see some very distinctive landmarks or features, then you can adjust back. In really total darkness like that kind of situation just now, I would say 80% is the artificial horizon and 20% is actually looking outside. You're right.
Yeah.
This is
and don't.
It goes back to basic flying lah. Basic flying, always cross-check your outside your instrument. Always cross-check, but always trust your instrument. But in a real plane, let's say instrument, if you want to ask lah what happened if instrument failure. Instrument failure, even in a real plane, usually they have a backup gauges to help you. You have to check both. In ARMA, there's another issue in ARMA. If you rely too much on the outside view, if let's say you set your distance too short.
Oh, jungle's back.
1.6 km, 2 km. Kalau you tengok outside, your actual horizon is lower than what the actual horizon is because of your view distance. So, benda ni tak nampak sangat kalau fly high, you akan nampak. So that's the thing. Always trust the instrument.
Okay. You guys want to discuss among yourself first while I just give. There you already gave already. I was trying to give jungle.
Jungle.
To jungle is trying to get into TS. Okay. Okay. You want to switch now? You want to switch? Who will be the pilot sekarang? Tengku, you pilot. Mansoon, can you handle it? You want to try?
I can try.
Can try, and then your turn also lah.
I gotta check and see whether I can configure the damn camera.
Okay. Try to see. Okay, let me go and check my configuration for you.
According to Eric, it's a default config, so it should be the alternate optics, but
under common.
For
I believe targeting camera.
And for me, the camera is control and left button mouse.
Under common is targeting camera.
That's the one. Targeting camera. So just keybind that one.
So targeting camera, left control and secondary mouse button. Yeah.
For me, I remove all that. I use joysticks. One of my joystick button is on there. That's why I can't remember the default.
Yeah, hang on. I gotta see if I got a spare button to use.
Ada. Dan nanti jangan salib. Too many button dia letak.
Aku remove semua. That's why if my joystick and throttle not working, I cannot fly already. I don't have any default.
Okay, I think I got.
Tadi co-pilot boleh tengok bawah kan?
Tak boleh.
Tak boleh lah.
Co-pilot cannot.
This one cannot lah.
Only
Pilot boleh tak? Pilot ada try tak?
Tadi aku try pilot boleh.
Boleh okay. So co-pilot should allow if they improve that.
Pilot usually dia automatic bind track gunner ni kamera kan.
Yeah.
Ya, ada kunyah.
Tuan punya ada.
Okay.
Hey, jungle.
Okay, give it a try.
Okay. I think I want to change my helmet. I can see you guys better.
Right, I'm gonna go to Chinook to check out.
Hello.
I'm going to cheat. I'm going to wear this so I can see you guys better since I'm recording. The first one I recorded with what you call it. It was nice also lah. I can see how the actual situation is like. Shit, man. Plus the links, the windows were dirty. Made it worse. Windows dirty. The thing doesn't light up. And then the NVG ain't helping much also. So it was really IFR, man. 100% IFR. Okay. That's why I want to go and who is at the? I'm going to take the little bird also. So senang for me to fly around you guys also.
Tengah test kamera. Sejuk.
Okay, go back to your teams and then masuk into the helo again and switch co-pilot and pilot, and then M, can you help respawn the what you call that, the ribs? MK. Because I don't know, I can't find the ribs. I don't know. You're right lah. Trying to find the MELB, the RHS one also pening. Okay. Go back to your helicopter and adjust your seats and systems and all that, and then just swap co-pilot and pilot scrum, and then when the ribs are up, and adjust the the time, and then we go for one more last round.
Copy.
Konya.
Let's go, Tangko.
Jom.
Jom lah, you boleh duduk dengan mereka, bagi crew chief punya boleh guide mereka lah, gunner ke apa. Boleh bagi tahu left right, because ada 3 Chinook saja. Or if you want, you boleh naik one of the helos, Merlin ke or Lynx, and then ikut lah, tengok mereka buat. Kau tadi sudah briefing.
Kucing lah.
Apa tu?
Kucing. Wildcat.
Boleh. Take the wildcat.
Kucing. Raf.
Kucing.
Aku kehilangan co-pilot aku.
Jungle.
Yeah.
Your TS up already. How are you lah?
Lama
you in pilot outfit? I thought you'll be in your racing outfit.
I tak tahu. What am I doing here? I'm missing out the training.
Oh yeah, there's already like 80% already lah. Do me a favor. You want to get a new feel of the latest Ace punya NVG, which is a lot more realistic now and is a lot more less OP and fucked up. The Arsenal box over there, you change to the HGU helmet and the PVS 15. Left. The other one. The other left. Yeah. I can put the ribs. Keeps there. Keep blowing up. There you go. Boom. Okay, just nice.
Nok tu tadi guna sling loading B
B. B is for sling loading or because that one sling loading the indicator saja. You punya rope interaction tu apa? Check your
saya pergi tengok
rope interaction in your what lah, in your configure.
Sling interaction macam mana nak tahu? Which one?
Inside your what you call that? Inside your configure, escape configure.
Okay. Add-ons.
Bukan controls.
Controls.
And then
configure add-ons.
Go to I think it's helicopter. Wait, let me double check.
Helicopter movement. Aku tahu. Rope interaction, bro. Okay. Sling load assistant.
Okay. Sling load. That one it will give you a little. How you say? A little. Almost like a targeting radar that looks for bottom, and you will see indicators to tell you that is the pickup item. You should align it to the center, and then reduce your height. It will tell you your height also. Reduce it to about 10 meters or so, or maybe usually it's about 8 meter. Then you press your rope interaction, the rope will come down and hook up.
Oh, okay, copy.
B is an indicator to tell you what's below you.
B,
B is to show you if you press B, I think only in the vehicle.
Hook up the item.
No. B will show you the radar only, like a targeting to show you kat bawah. You have to align. There will be a box there, or there's an item there, like a red color item. That's your pickup item. You should align it to you tengah-tengah. You will fly to tengah-tengah. That means it's right below you and it's ready for pickup. And then there's also a altitude bar. It will be up to 40 meter maximum, but you should go down to about 8 meter or 8-9 meter. Then you can how you say? Then you can press the rope interaction. That's when you will see the indicator that go 10%, 20%, 30%, 100%. That you hook up.
Copy.
Try that lah. All the best. Take your time.
Okay. I need a co-pilot about.
Co-pilot. Oh, Raf disconnect already.
Yeah.
Okay. Jungle, you want? Can co-pilot with?
I have no idea how to fly.
No, he's flying. You just co-pilot him.
Co-pilot.
That means you help him look around left, right, see whether he's navigation. Go in the map.
It's been a while though, so it's like you're asking intern to do the co-pilot.
Yeah. Kunia, you. Kunia wants to fly. Kunia lah. Kunia boleh co-pilot dengan Mansud. Okay. You co-pilot. Bagi dia either help him out with the radio comms and also bagi dia less stress lah. Dia akan pilot and give him navigation lah. Stressful.
Remember Mansud, IFR. I follow road.
I follow road, I follow river. I follow road. Betul biasa.
Okay, go to your helo and set up navigation.
Tak ada proses script rasa sebab kalau main punya kinok dia ada sendiri. Itu confirm tak fokus tu.
Saya main bukan advanced loading ke?
Itu pakai juga.
What's the channel for
listening? Itu pun ada juga.
Net is 40.
40.
That's the long
flight
range.
net is
Crossroad, this is
105.
I think it's 05. Well, 105 confirm.
Crossroad 1, channel check.
Stand by.
Frequency check on 40.
405 Charlie. So jungle. Tengku, this is Crossroad, stand by.
Crossroad, this is Tengku.
Tengku, send, this is Crossroad.
5 hari kemudian.
Crossroad, this is Tengku.
Go all out. Crossroad, this is Tengku, this is Crossroad, send your message. Tengku.
Crossroad, this is One dengan Tengku, kita orang dah sedia untuk practice.
Copy that, stand by.
Crossroad, this is Tengku, radio check.
Tengku, which frequency are you? 40?
40, just now I using Chinook radio. But now I switch back to long range radio.
Roger, because when you go into Chinook radio, you got to readjust the frequency again. Itu sudah tukar punya kat dalam tu. But I hear you. I hear you.
This is bad news for helicopter drivers.
Copy that, sir.
What?
You can't see shit in the Chinook.
Oh. How long I play this game? Since when ada night vision macam ni? Awesomeness.
Ada lah. Yang berpasir ni sudah baru lah.
Yang pasir ni lah. I mean Pikas. Pikas mana ada? LB DSP kot. Betrayer ajak main Pikas tapi main PUBG.
Alamak, dia main PUBG pula.
Kita main Motorsport Manager.
Kereta.
Motorsport Manager best tu. Jadi apa? Management. Management. Team principal.
Flavio. My name is Flavio.
I create a most OP character in there tu. And then bubuh mod apa? F1 2017. Mercedes Lewis Hamilton marah I should be in the podium.
Aduh.
Oh, Jungle Kabe sends regards.
Huh?
Oh.
Thanks. Aduh.
I think
Buat apa mission right now?
He's watching the stream, I think.
Training. Sling load.
Okay. Eric and M, go ahead for your Chinook. And Jungle, you can ride shotgun with me on the little bit.
Yep. Will do.
MVG sucks, no?
Okay lah.
Realistic, Overcast tak ada, yo. No moonlight. It's almost like super dark, man.
Yep. Kejap earplugs.
Kabe say bila you not he wants to kill you because bila asking you when you going to come back to the missions.
Okay lah, I think I can join lah. My final exam over already.
Alright. Kabe, you hear that? He's watching the stream. It's probably about 2-second delay.
Yeah.
Aduh. This is 140 radar check.
1, you are Lima Charlie on 40. 2, radio check.
140 Lima Charlie.
2, Lima Charlie. 3, radio check on 40.
It is based on the ARMA mission and nanti.
Yeah, it was the recent mission that we crashed and burned those ribs that we were trying to sling load with people inside and drop them off the river. Before reaching the river, the rope snapped because it was the flying was too erratic, so they fell almost like 200 meters into the death.
I think we all have that kind of situation before,
which is why now training in terms of because it's also first time they are doing this sling load in this kind of condition, and plus the night vision is not so OP like last time already. This one is like almost realistic. That's why.
Okay.
3, come in. This is Crossroads. You ready?
3 is ready to spool.
All call signs Crossroad. You all are ready to spool right now.
To Crossroad, ready to spool. Request.
All proceed to spool.
Copy that, Crossroad.
2 starting up.
Monitoring on the LCD.
3 spooling.
Okay, all spooled up. 1, you are cleared for your takeoff and proceed to your rip for pickup.
Solid copy.
How long was your exam?
Actually, should be finished by upcoming Wednesday.
Oh, still ongoing.
Yeah, but the last 2 papers should be okay lah. It's just a project management.
So quite relaxed already lah right now.
The first paper was programming, so I just laugh myself out lah all the time while doing the paper.
It's something that you know inside out, right?
Nope, I have no idea how to do programming.
Oh, I thought you know everything already.
I have some basics lah. Mostly I macam hantam je lah the programming me paper tu. Tapi I think it should be okay lah, good marks lah. Because it's like apa, the things that you familiar with dengan buat programming after all this while. Boleh lah. But now I'm going to be busy lah. I mean, next time nanti ada lagi.
Okay, I think they got hooked up already. Stand by. Okay, you're very good. Hope. Continue to slowly lift. 50. Good, Hope.
I must say the quality of this map making is quite nice.
I'm gonna land. I got to respond to my phone for a while. Okay, 2. 1, you are good to proceed to waypoint 1, hold at waypoint 1. Slowly adjust your movements, no rush. Keep it down to 30 speed.
Copy that crossroad, 1 out.
2, you are clear for your spool up, clear for your lift off and pick up for your rip.
This is 2 copy.
What's the weather forecast for this mission?
I think it's overcast, man. And it's at 3
Wind
o'clock.
direction?
Wind,
Oh,
I'm
3 o'clock.
not sure about wind though. Slightly to the 3 o'clock, you can tell. Because I was drifting.
3 to 5 kilometer per hour?
Looks like it. Because I was slowly drifting to 9 o'clock. Okay, done. Good hook. Continue to go. Climb slowly. Proceed to waypoint 1 when you reach 50 altitude. Proceed there with 30 speed. 3, you are cleared for your liftoff and rib pickup.
Moving out.
Copy 2, 3.
3 is moving in.
When you climb up, you see later the vis is like shit, man. It's all about instrument flying.
The visibility is terrible. Terrible.
And you can see the wind coming in and the trees are swaying.
Yep. We got black crew.
Oh man, help me keep situation awareness also if I'm swaying too much to the right, because I'm keeping my eyes on the helo. I'm gonna kena the trees.
3's got good hook.
Copy, good hook. Lift slowly.
Should be okay.
That's a good lift. Okay, 3, you're cleared to proceed waypoint 1.
Copy, waypoint 1.
Oh, you kind of
drifting to the right.
Towards northern side.
Yeah, I'm keeping my eyes on them. I'll follow from behind.
Am I monitoring them? Got my eyes on the dirt.
The model one thing badly, you see all the main instrument panels, the NVG overlapped it.
You mean on the?
You can see the speed and the altitude, right?
Yep.
It's darkened already. It's overlapped by the NVG.
Oh, yeah, correct.
Which is in a way for vehicles susah because everything is darkened.
Dia tak ada yang on screen nya HUD.
Wait ah. Kabe, if you are watching my stream. Whoa.
Heading to crossroad, heading to garden waypoint 1.
What the hell? Stand by.
Easy.
Copy that. I was reading Kabe's message and all hell breaks loose. Shit.
If anything goes wrong, I can take over the control immediate.
Stand by. Kabe, if you're listening to my thing,
Street crossroad, standing off 300 meters east, waypoint 1.
Roger that. It's you have to lower up to about 8 meters to pick up Kabe, and then you can go as high as you want, but should be above 50 meters in this kind of condition. Oh, wind is kicking me off all over the place, man.
Yep. Advise you are like about 600 meters away from them.
Yeah, advise on that. Moving towards them.
Closing in 400 meters to be on site. There you go. Got eyes on them.
Okay, all call signs. You are cleared to move to SBS insertion.
One copy.
3 copies.
Two copies.
Are all this Helang?
Yep. Tengku is new. In Helang. Well, I won't say Helang like he's still trying to learn to fly at this time.
Okay.
Can't see shit except their collision lights only, man.
Checking be on top of them, definitely.
Yep.
I see one down here.
I'm above one of them.
Yep. So they'll be like about above them by 50 meters at least.
Yeah, because I'm about 200 meters above already. Whoa, crash. I think so.
Crossroads, is that you?
Negative. 1, is that you? Looks like 1's down.
Right?
One, okay.
Advice.
Okay,
I
1's up.
see all 3.
I heard an explosion.
Advice.
3, you okay?
From southwest.
2, you are
3 still airborne.
2.
Oh.
Be advised, maybe 3 lost a load, but 2's load is hanging vertical.
1 okay and good.
Copy that. Check your speed.
1 speed at 35 and maintain altitude 50. How copy?
Roger that. Okay, 2, your vertical is your boat is on vertical. You lost 2 connection. 1, how's your load?
All green, all green.
Okay, 1's good. No worries.
Be advised, 3 may have lost his load due to overspeed.
Roger that.
Rest in peace, those people.
Just simulate drop off later. Go to a point, drop altitude to about 8 meters. I'll say 10 meters, then lift off again. More like a touch and go.
Crossroad, disregard. 3 is heading back to base. There's still one more boat at base.
Roger that. You're clear to go pick up and come straight to SBS. 1 and 2 will insert first.
3 copies. RTB to pick up. RTB.
Just imagine the second week, those people hanging for their life. Ah! Oh, it can break off, eh? Not bad.
That's what happened.
Overspeed, eh?
Yeah, I know.
One is holding really nice so far. Oh, we got AA over the northeast.
It's unarmed right now. We took out all the AIs.
Oh.
Crossroad is 1, we are in position, SBS insertion, ready for drop.
1, this crossroads, proceed to drop your rib.
Solid copy.
There's no budget for unmanned drones or something?
For what? Unmanned drone, why?
I mean, can we use UAV next time?
Actually we can. But it's good also, I want to practice this shit also. Oh, he hit a tree.
Oh.
Not easy lah
position pay.
To fly with this shit. 2, you are also cleared to drop your rib behind 1.
Heli 2, copy.
Disconnect the cords. Come on. Disconnect them. Nice.
Nampak jambatan, careful. Okay, jangan panik.
It's real. Advise them to just egress somewhere else after the successful placing the rig.
1, after you have dropped, report back.
Heli 2 dah lepaskan bot tu dekat dalam sungai.
Okay, siapa yang lepas kan proceed forward 100 meter and then hold at that point.
Heli 2 copy.
Masih drop ke belum?
Oh, you're losing altitude.
Yeah, that was close.
You're close to the tree
Yeah, I know.
proximity.
2 sudah drop, 1 sudah drop. Proceed back waypoint 1.
Solid copy, crossroad.
Crossroad 2. Crossroad 2.
Crossroad 2, send.
Crossroad, can you confirm we have dropped off our load?
Stand by, doing flyby right now to double check.
2 copies. Be advised, this helicopter possibly has some damage. We are drifting to the right.
Roger that. Try to proceed to waypoint 1 and then direct straight back to RTB to land. Be advised, no eyes on the boat, sorry. Too dark.
No eyes on the boat too. I cannot see.
2 copies,
To the spot.
RTB now.
Oh, okay. Approaching waypoint 1, we got about 1 click away. 1 click, 1.2.
Oh, shit.
Crossroads, this is 3.
Go ahead, 3.
Crossroads 3 is respawned back at base. Spatchino has been spawned, requesting permission to spool and take another bite at the cherry.
Go ahead, 3. You are cleared for spooling and pick up your rib. Come through waypoint 1 direct and proceed direct to drop off point SBS. I'll copy.
Copy, pick up rib, waypoint 1, drop off SBS.
Please hold for Eric, just respond.
Copy, holding for Eric.
MK, this gadget coming.
Kan?
But check, is the wind at full blasting right now.
Really?
Yeah, full blasting towards northern side.
AFM is affected because I'm really having to compensate it.
Okay, trying to.
Oh man, he's having a hard time. Oh, don't.
Wind today at 18
Oh
kilometer.
god. They almost hit each other.
Okay.
I'll drop to 0.
Alright. Thank you. A little bit is too light also. Keeps blowing me off course.
Easily.
What this is to apa hal tadi?
Low altitude landing.
Tak apa, nak balik back kan?
So I can't see the ground coming towards me, man.
I'm monitoring the altitude, but you're dropping off the altitude like crazy.
Really crazy. Because our sync rate was nuts.
I see 2 Helang.
Where?
South side.
I see it.
Crossroad, this is to position waypoint 1.
5-8.
1, 2, are you also in waypoint 1? Yeah, I do see you guys 1 and 2. Proceed back RTB at this time.
Solid copy, 1, go RTB.
In real scenario, are we allowed to
Oh,
fly with
shit.
this kind of visibility? Oh,
What happened?
I kind of synced too fast. I wasn't paying attention.
Idiot, would you want me to fly?
No, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay.
Just wasn't paying attention.
Because if you want me to fly, then good luck. I cannot see a thing. I cannot differentiate the sky and the ground. This kind of visibility. That is hard. I got my eyes on the chopper. We got one on our side. 3 o'clock.
Really, man. The speed is going so fast, I don't even know. Stabilize.
We are approaching at the base. We're about
100 meters.
Yeah, 100 meters. Monitoring them on the chat. Monitoring channel, come on.
To crossroad, heli nombor 2.
I can see one approaching.
200 meter. Landing pad.
Roger that. 2, you are first to land. Proceed.
Copy. 2 copy.
You got a traffic.
Crossroad 2, be advised. Number 1 is landing right now. Number 2 will be number 2.
Copy that. Swap. You are approved. Number 1 land.
3, this is 2. I have visuals on you on my left.
Big.
Little bit instruments not lighting up also. Dark as hell.
None of the ARMA instrument panel lights up.
What's that?
None of the instrument panel in ARMA lights up because there's no copy lighting.
I thought I saw last time light up.
Except for RHS, some RHS aircraft over there.
I don't remember. The Black Hawk on the digital panels would lah.
The digital panel will light up, but even that also some of them, like the Chinook one, doesn't.
Crossroad 2.
Send to this crossroad.
Crossroad, we have the same problem. Our instruments are not lighting up. On our first sortie just now, everything is good.
Just now you can, now no more.
From 3, it's got the same problem. No instruments.
Well, we need ATC.
Chances is a bug lah.
Crossroad 2, request landing.
To this crossroad, you are clear for landing.
Clear to land, 2 out.
Three, this is crossroad.
3 is at traffic.
3, you have taken off and Oscar Mike to SBS already, is it?
We just passed waypoint 1.
Roger that. 1, 2, you are clear for spool down and proceed to briefing area while I go check out 3 and come back.
Roster 1, copy that.
Crossroad is lifting.
Okay. Very close proximity with the second.
Oh, really?
Yeah, very close.
Almost collision.
You're like about 3 to 4 meters.
Oh shit.
That was very close contact, but it's okay. We survived.
So I didn't see them at all, man.
Alright, so we should be heading towards
Just go
000.
direct.
Yep. We are about 2 clicks away from the third chopper. I have no eyes. Stand by.
Crossroad, this is 2, landed, shutting down right.
Roger that too. Coming to 1.3 clicks.
1.5 is approaching insertion.
Phew, you really have to trust the instruments, man.
And also, yeah, instrument kena check. Cannot see a thing. Okay. We are approaching the river. Still no eyes on the Helang 3. We should make contact in few seconds. Oh, Helang 3 doesn't have collision light, so I see him.
Helang 3, this is Crossroads. Suggest you turn on collision lights if you can.
I got my eyes on air
Lights are on.
295.
295.
Yep. There you go. Now it's currently on our west. We got good eyes.
Good eyes.
The advice our fuel is below 50%, about 48, 47.
Roger that. 3 advice on you.
Copy that.
You are on target, just proceed to descent.
Copy that.
Three's in a drop box.
Copy 3.
A bit more. There you go.
Good drop.
Release, release, release. Oh no. Oh, it's still high above actually. Oh,
3 to Crossroads, confirm cargo is in the water.
Stand by.
Negative.
Negative. Looks like you're dropped.
3 negative, you're still about 10 feet high. Slowly.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
He's good.
Okay, got it. Cutting ropes.
Whoa, really playing tricks on my eyes, man. I thought you dropped it.
Yeah. And then I need to
Got
do the
the cargo's
measurement
in the
on
water.
the range.
That's a confirm.
And he's off.
And the boat's moving. Nice.
Oh, it attacks. Bro.
Is now RTB.
Proceed, we're behind you. You going direct, RTB?
Going direct, RTB bearing 188.
Roger that. We'll be trailing you. 3 advice speed.
Advice 3 is going 120.
Copy 120.
Okay, we are catching up. 120. I see them on.
Advice 3 is
200.
flying marginal at this time. Instruments are marginal.
Roger that. You got damaged, is it?
Back, for some reason the cockpit lights are not lighting up at all.
Yeah, that's right.
Advice, we are approaching 3. They are at 450 meters.
Copy that. Copy.
400 meters, 350 meters. So you're approaching really fast. I think they are keeping at 120. Alright.
Firing.
Nice, okay. They are below us. We're good, good. We got Apache. Oh no, it's not Apache.
It's the Lynx.
To our left.
Yeah, advice.
Okay, advice. I think 3 landed on your spot.
I'll land right smack in the center lah.
Good. Okay, now my 3 calibrated, adjusting his landing zone. Okay, you are quite far away from him, about 20-30 meters. Yeah. Oh, hold on. A bit to your left if possible, because there's a chinook on your right. A bit. Okay, hold and steady. Yep, should be good to go. And boom. Oh. Okay, should be okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
Alright, that's cool.
Kill the engine and let's go.
Good job. Okay. If everybody is good.
Tuh, Kunia fly.
Kunia, kalau you
Dia tengah
mau.
test wind speed.
Dia guna apa?
Oh, lah.
Cina.
Okay.
Oh, iya ke?
Cina.
Oh, dia guna cinduk sana.
Oh, dia jet. Tadi tu pelik macam mana tadi tu dia putus padahal kita punya airspeed tadi less than 30. Aku yang maintain less than 30.
Less than 30 ya. Your jerk up and down, either you jerk up and down, maybe your VSI. Ada check VSI tak? Sometimes.
VSI okay. Aku pakai standard.
So sometimes I also don't know lah. Wah, Konya tu okay lah. There was a bit of wind also. Tadi aku nampak but from what MK says about 8 km, ada sikit angin. Not sure whether that's also something to apa tu, it will affect or not. But your one is putus 2 tali saja kan?
Yes.
But you managed to drop later also lah.
Yeah, managed to drop.
So okay, I guess I can end the training here for this. It was a good show, good sharing everything. But let's check lah if you guys want to continue to practice ke apa, then it's up to ARMA punya server. I think MK can leave it on if you want to, can request lah. Kalau nak practice lah.
We're gonna need more choppers though.
Yeah, you actually one by one. Unless you guys want to practice co-pilot also, which is also good because it's actually teamwork malam.
Yeah,
between co-pilot, it's really teamwork.
Oh, ini susah bawa itu tu.
Ya.
Besar tu.
Ini gila besar.
Ada satu berani bawa tu.
Apa tu ni?
MI.
Oh shit.
MI6, the biggest helicopter in the world.
Ah, that one. The Russia punya.
Kita punya bomber pun aku tak berani nak tengok. Gajah di udara. MI spool up lah. Standby lah.
I think the problem is, with the problems with the NVGs now, it's actually easier to fly off NVG than on, provided that the cockpit lights are on.
That's true. Salib tak ada kerja.
Kena pakai helmet ni lah, bosan nak mendarat.
Itulah, we purposely use this one to practice. Tu is senang.
Tak boleh scroll pun tak nampak.
Ni siapa yang terbangkan apa ni? MIC?
Salib.
Itu pun bergerak-gerak tu.
Okay. You tengok you punya gun scope bila you NVG, under NVG you masuk into the enhanced smoke, you nampak dia punya aperture tak?
Nampak?
Oh, dia macam real lah.
Tapi
jauh clear.
Ada silau lah, ada silau.
Jauh clear tapi you punya aim point tu blur sikit.
Aim point je jadi blur.
This is realistic oh. Tapi bila you buka NVG, you tengok semua macam semua clear habis.
Lepas tu kalau zoom in kita boleh nampak dia punya hexagon dia.
Kalau guna iron sight boleh tahan juga
Malam actually iron sight best better.
Gila ini.
Because sometimes some scope tak boleh tengok punya. You punya NVG tak boleh. Masuk NVG hitam habis.
Susah.
think I'm gonna have to try the HMDs.
Natang tu berat tu, yang salib bawa tu.
Memang berat.
Ni ada angin lagi.
Hello.
Okay, then okay, I'm gonna stop streaming already. Thank you for coming. Aku stop stream sekarang, then it's free and easy.
Okay, thank you, Gazelle.